Smk Synsg, or Synsg, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's part of the 208 series, on the cheaper end of those spectrum of guns. Still £160 brand new though. It's 114 centimeters long. There's a barrel of 48. At the front of that barrel you'll see there's a fibre optic, and at the rear a wind adjustable fibre optic. Standard 11mm rail, and behind that the arrestor block to stop the scope creep, a auto safety which is resettable. Underneath the scope you have a very nice deep stippling also around the trigger area. The trigger itself is 2-stage adjustable, which is nice, and you have a butt pad at the back. Today's pellets would have been the Remington Tyrant shocks. Unfortunately I dropped them, but a close second was the Bisley practice, so they're going to be aiding the gun today. So today at the tunnel you'll see my uncle there to the right doing some busy work as we're coming up towards the 20-yard mark, and the Synsg seemed pretty good here. There was one flyer. It is a new gun, so I think that's why that's happening. It's still bedding in a bit. At 30 yards we see our targets. Again we had the flyer, but everything else was pretty decent and I felt relatively confident. Less so at 40. It was just spitting. I couldn't get groups here at all, so we really were struggling at this range. Going to give it a go in rested position, but I think we might have a bit of a struggle here. In the hands, the gun is very well balanced actually. It's a little heavy, but the balance is sweet. It's very nicely weighted to the front. I can hold the shot for what feels like forever, and I don't feel like I'm going to miss. It's very enjoyable. The trigger's nice, it shoulders well. This is a very nice experience. In a rested position there is a bit more of issue with the kick, but it's not too bad. I'm not having any problems. I suppose my only issue here is a slight lack of confidence because of how it performed on the targets, but the gun has improved as the day's gone on, and I'm feeling a bit more confident here than I was before. All in all, again, yeah, this gun's solid. It's very nice to shoot. My overriding feeling with this gun is that it's a slow developer. At the beginning of the day it was just below 11 foot-pound, and then by the end, 200 shots later, it was nearer 11.5. The accuracy I felt improved as well as the day went on, and by the time I got to the tin cans my confidence had grown quite a bit more. I think if I had shot some targets at the end of the day, if I had the energy, because I was exhausted by then, but if I did, then I do believe Especially at 40 yards, the grouping would have been a lot better. I do have the SLK 208 and the XS 208, which I'll do a review for one of those in the spring. It'll be interesting to see how they compare. The triggers on these 208s are, well, frankly, fantastic. There's a very definite first and second stage, minimal creep, a delight to use. I'm a little less complimentary of the hard butt pad. There's no rubberization or aeration here, but saying that, the gun is very nice in the shoulder, and even though it's 3.3 kilograms, the weight's on the front, it's really enjoyable to use in freehand and very easy to stay on the shot. In a rested position, there is a bit of kick to this gun, but it's minimal really. I'm only mentioning it for the sake of it because I enjoyed shooting it off the deck as well. I liked it all round. I think the only question mark here is because of the target at the beginning of the day, is how accurate is this gun going to be in the longer term. And if I compare it to the XS19, I don't think it's far away already, and that's a gun that I've owned for a year and shot a lot. I think if you look at the price, I paid £100, and this is about £160 brand new, which again is comparable with the XS19. So if you was to hold an air rifle to my head and say, can you have the Synsg or the XS19, I would actually take this.